may the Father of Understanding guide us. A saying uttered commonly among Templars, whether it be as a greeting, as a goodbye, as a blessing, as a ritual formality, or simply as a saying of zeal. A saying that has been present in Assassin's Creed for as long as it's been around, but never in 11 years has it really been a topic that's gained much traction. But since Origins, the Father of Understanding has become a much more intriguing topic. Before Origins, I didn't really think much about the question, who is the Father of Understanding? And now, well, here we are. So, who is the Father of Understanding? Now, I've been meaning to do this video for a good while now, so it'll be good to finally get around to entertaining this discussion. Of course, there's no hard canon answer to the question asked, so please don't expect that whatever conclusion that I come to in this video will be canon, if one's reached at all, because that's not the case. Consider it more an interpretation. You're probably going to be hearing a lot of that word, to be fair. So, let's address how Origins threw this topic to the front of intrigue after we've explained the supposed symbolism and meaning of the saying, may the Father of Understanding guide us. Now, it's never really been established whether the Father of Understanding refers to a metaphor to represent the principle of the Templar Order, or an entity, higher or otherwise, like the Isu, or even higher again, a god. But what we do know is that the Father of Understanding symbolises the logic Templars utilise to justify their goals, which are shepherding and transforming humanity into a peaceful utopia, and maintaining world peace and nurturing advancement under their leadership. Of course, interpretations of the Templar doctrine do vary from Templar to Templar. For example, Maximilien Robespierre attempted to establish the cult of the Supreme Being in France during the Revolution, believing that the Supreme Being created the world but then left it to govern itself by natural laws, virtue and truth. Described by Elise de la Serre as a loose interpretation of Templar doctrine. This example hints at the possibility that the Father of Understanding could be seen by many Templars as an ethereal being of some variety. We know that not all Templars shared this interpretation, as many had a cynical view towards religion and openly stated that they believed God, the afterlife and all that wonderful stuff was all bullshit. Some were even bold enough to use religion as a means to an end to achieve their objectives without fearing a higher consequence. Back to Robespierre, considering how his interpretation was seen as loose by a fellow Templar, it likely does not accurately represent what the Father of Understanding is, if accuracy is an applicable measurement here. But then again, what would be accurate? Not much. At this point, I'm pretty convinced that the Father of Understanding is open to interpretation. Some interpret it as a deity, others interpret it as a metaphor. Some probably don't even give a shit. As long as your actions align with Templar beliefs and objectives, who cares?
The people love you, Caesar. You're a god. The Senate will not bow so easily. That parliament of clucking hens. Let me be your wolf.
Now onto how Origins shook the pot. I know I issued a pretty cool looking spoiler warning at the start of the video, but I'm going to give you a second one now. Use these seconds to stop watching if you do not want spoilers. Though you probably saw the warning at the start of the video, so it's all good. On the 15th of March in the year 44 BCE, the leader of the Order of Ancients, the Proto-Templars before they were Templars, Lucius Septimius, faced the Hidden One, Aya, later known as Amunet. Aya questioned whether Julius Caesar was the new king of the Order of Ancients. Septimius simply replied by saying that Caesar is the Father of Understanding.
So Caesar is the king of the Order now.
Caesar is the Father of Understanding.
An interesting statement from a leader of the Proto-Templars. I also believe that this is the first mention of the Father of Understanding in the canon timeline. Let me know if I'm wrong about that one. Obviously, this isn't the first time the words Father of Understanding is coined. There isn't exactly anybody around at this time for it to catch on to, and Septimius dies there and then in this arena. This could have been a title bestowed upon Caesar beforehand, for Septimius to then declare to Aya during their battle that the concept that the Templars, despite their goals, were formed around logic embodied by Julius Caesar himself seems awfully random. Sure, Caesar could have embodied Templar goals, but that doesn't make him the Father of Understanding. Not if those goals and the term Father of Understanding already existed. So I'd imagine that Julius Caesar being the Father of Understanding is just Septimius' personal interpretation. So despite Origins raising awareness to the question, it hasn't really affected the answer whatsoever, but in fact reinforced what is already seemingly the case. Septimius' interpretation of the Father of Understanding was stated boldly, which made it such an interesting statement, but it does still appear to be an interpretation, which brings us to the obvious answer to all of this. The Father of Understanding is
William Miles.
Just kidding, we have to answer the question. So the question that we should be asking really isn't who is the father of understanding, but what is the what is the father of understanding? And the answer isn't awfully specific. To put it simply, it's the Templar doctrine. It's what the Templars believe, and it's basically their guide. They can follow it however they want as long as they abide by the Order's objectives. So the father of understanding isn't Julius Caesar. It's not a god. It's not anybody else. It's a metaphor, a representation. It's the idea that the Templars founded their beliefs upon. At least that's how it seems. Let me know if you see it any differently or the same. After all, that's what the comment section is there for. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I am aware that my friend Tyler made a video on this a few months ago. If you want to go ahead and check that out, I'll leave a link in the description as well. Always healthy to get another take on it all. Be sure to go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you all very soon with another video at some point.